Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Thanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Thanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om. Offering my humble pranams at the lotus feet of our most merciful Mother Sai, who is so kind to bring to us week after week his gems, as we refer to those alumni of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. And today's speaker is here for part 2. For those of you who missed part 1, please do go and watch it, because it's an inspiration just to listen to that part of his journey. Coming from a family where bhajans used to take place in the ancestral home, the journey to being a student, doing his bachelor's in biosciences and then his master's in Prashanthi Nilayam, continuing to pursue his PhD, when one fine day Swami had his own way to give him a call to look within and surrender with absolute faith. When some challenges came up, it is something that you should listen to in the first part. I'm not going to talk about that, but what he did share subsequently was his journey with MS and how My Sai helped him to transcend the journey of pain that would have been there, challenges that would not have got an immediate answer, but just the sheer hold on, as he rightly said, like hold on to a kite, where the kite is the Lord, or the kite is you. He lets you fly. Hold on to the string of faith, and Swami makes sure that you overcome all the hurdles of pain, anxiety, trust issues as well with your own self. But then when the inner fighting spirit comes from within, the Sai in you helps you to progress. And our speaker, Brother Sairaj, is an epitome of that. We heard it in part 1. And today, Swami has set him up. Last week, he was not able to get up. He was in bed, but still he was listening to our Satsangh. Tomorrow is his day where he has to practice some speaking. So Swami said, let me test you with an hour and a half to talk on the journey, just as a practice for what is in store for him tomorrow. And looking forward to having more inspirational messages of the journey from Brother Sairaj, our speaker for today in the part 2 series of the Sai Govind Satsangh. Sairam, over to you, brother.
Offering myself at Swami's lotus feet. A loving good evening and Sairam to all Sai family in the Sai Govind Satsang. Thank you, Brother Venkat, for the generous intro. In fact, I really don't know if I deserve such an introduction. Use so many words like epitome of so and so. I think only Swami knows whether I'm really capable of such kind of intro and all. Anyway, once again, I'm very happy to be with you all today. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, this second lease of life, as I explained in my last session, is entirely dedicated back to Swami, because this is only his grace and blessings with which I'm living now. So first priority and preference is Swami alone. And when anyone asks me to talk about Swami or share experiences with Swami, I never hesitate, for the simple reason I'll feel a lot of happiness in going down the memory lane, and living through experiences is a different experience. Because past is past, Swami used to say, forget the past. But I have a past which I doesn't like to forget at all. And those are those 5 to 6 golden years that I spent with Swami. And today I would like to share a couple of experiences which I had during my college days with Swami. Let me begin from where I stopped last time. In fact, I wanted to share a very important thing in the last satsang, which I couldn't do. Let me start with that. I made a mention that when I was diagnosed as a multiple sclerosis patient and paralyzed from Chennai, the very next day I was brought to Swami Super Specialty Hospital in Bangalore. And I've narrated all the incidents happened thereafter. I'll be failing my duty to give justice if you don't thank all my Sai brothers, my batchmates, my seniors, my juniors, who all in disguise of Swami, came to help to such an extent that there was a point when I was admitted in Swami's hospital and I was flat on the bed. This I'm talking from my heart. This is something which my wife alone knows. I didn't share it with anyone else, but I did share with my wife. One night I was when I was admitted in Swami's hospital, it's like I was like a vegetable, when you are paralyzed, totally flat on the bed. The only sort of livelihood which I had was PhD stipend, with which myself and wife were leading a contented life in Chennai. Because of my paralysis, I lost that only source of income. And it was like my first wedding anniversary day that I got paralyzed. And you can imagine the situation of a newly wedded couple where wife is not working, husband alone was working, and that husband is now down with some severe health issues, and the only sort of financial income also got stopped. So my situation at that point of time was even, beyond the imagination of any poets. You can say it's beyond the pen of any poet. I felt very miserable one night. My wife was sleeping. Started praying to Swami. Swami, I don't know what to do, because we didn't inform my parents or my in-laws. Myself and wife, we both were managing somehow all our, mental stress and all other things by ourselves. So I made a prayer to Swami. Swami, you should either perform some miracle or please let me divorce and make the girl free, because now else I will become an, it's all these sort of thoughts started flooding my mind. I seriously made a prayer to Swami. Swami, should either do some miracle. I don't have any money now to take care of my family. And The doctor is telling I don't have a bright future, so I'll be like a burden for this girl. So I was intensely praying to Swami, Swami, please, I'm not praying to Swami to save me. I'm praying to Swami, Swami, please free this girl from this miserable situation. Let her have a happy life. Either you should divorce, I should give divorce to her and let her live a peaceful life, or you should perform some miracle. And dear brothers and sisters, you won't believe. So I just cut the whole story short, okay? It so happened that the news spread like wildfire that I was admitted in Swami's hospital after so-and-so paralytic attack through my classmate. My classmate from Prashanthi Nilayam. My name is Shivakiran. He's now Dr. Shivakiran. He's a CEO of one company in Anantapur. And the beauty of Sai brothers, that's what I said in the last session. I was telling the education which Swami gives, and how Swami trained Swami's students with his teachings of love all, serve all, and help our hurt never, and how Swami's students are taking that flag of Swami's teachings to every part of the world. It's something really very difficult to explain in words. And it so happened, this friend of mine, I didn't even ask for anything. I didn't say anything. He called me and he just asked, Sairaj, do you have the same bank account that you are using in your college time? In fact, even now I'm using the same SBI account, which got opened from Prashanthi Nilayam SBI branch. What happened was, after completing my course, I transferred that branch from Andhra to Kerala. That's all. Same account, same bank. I don't know how he traced and got my bank details. I just told, yes, I'm having that account. Next day morning, immediately after, I made this, prayer to Bhagavan on that night. And next day morning, I got a call from this Shivkiran, just asking, do you have the same account? And rest is a history. Within 4 to 5 days time, my bank account started flooding with, money. I don't know who all were contributing, but I should say, till date, I don't have a bank balance, which I got during those 4-5 days time. In 4 to 5 days time, over, I think, I don't remember exact number, over 1.5 lakhs rupees, got credited in my account. And this is the largest bank balance which I ever had in my account till date. Then I had to ring up to this friend of mine, Shivkaran, and told him, brother, please tell, I don't know whom all you told to, contribute for my medication and all. Please tell them my situation is so pathetic. I can't repay all these debts in the near future. Already my bank account has a huge amount, which will be sufficient for my, at least for 1 to 2 year treatment, because treatment is free from Swami's hospital, and the medication, of course, I had to buy from outside. So I told him, brother, please tell all Sai brothers and sisters to stop sending money to my account. And you don't believe, I was, I was overwhelmed to know that most of my batchmates, they have gone to any extent. Even they borrowed money and transferred to my accounts, many of my friends. And that too without seeking any help from anyone. I sought only help from Swami by a prayer. And that's the power of prayer, one-to-one connect with Bhagavan, and how he take care of his, not only his students, his devotees, I should say. And at this point, I would like to thank all my Sai brothers, my classmates, my juniors, my seniors. In fact, I should make a special mention of one auntie by name Bhuvana auntie from Mumbai. She is none other than the sister of our Whitefield faculty, Shivkumar sir. She was one of the first ATP batch student, Bhuwana auntie. And this auntie, it is because of her that I could successfully complete my injection therapy, which costed over 6.5 lakhs. Because she used to sponsor my one injection every month. And this she continued not for 1 or 2 years, even for 3 years, she continued till I got back into a small teaching job. I told auntie after 2 years, my injection therapy stopped, but she didn't stop sending money to me. She told, no, beta, till you get settled in some job, I'll be considering you as my own son and will be helping you out. So this Bhuvana auntie, I have never ever seen her. Only through phone calls. I don't know how Bhuvana auntie got my number. It's all our Sai connections through my seniors, batches, and somehow it reached her. And there are so many to mention. So at this juncture, before going into any of the experiences, I would like to thank all these Sai brothers and sisters who acted as Swami's divine instruments in giving this second lease of life to me. Thank you all. And because I can't thank Swami, what all I can do is thank all these, instruments of Swami at this point of time. All right. So now let me go back to those good old days. There's a beautiful way how Swami, pull the thread and bring us all to his fold. As I mentioned in my last session, it was the 26th time that I visited Parthi for writing the entrance exam. And I'll give you a small background of what was happening in my home before I went for this entrance exam. So I know that everyone has some sort of family issues or other. There's no exceptions, I'm sure, because if we are human beings, we are bound to suffer. Everyone. And I'm indeed blessed to have so much of them in my life. It's like Swami used to say, no, tell me your company, I shall tell you who you are. I have such kind of a company in my home, who's none other than my father, who's a third-degree alcoholist. And it's only because of his, bad company. It spoiled him. And it's very difficult, once you ended up being alcoholic. Alcoholism and addiction is different. Addiction, we can take him to some de-addiction center, which we did a number of times, but all in vain. Because they told he has crossed all the levels. It's like we can call now it's a disorder. It's an alcoholism. He's an alcoholic patient. And father used to exhibit a lot of homicidal and suicidal tendencies and all hell lot of things at home. And this was a time I was in my 8th standard to 12th standard during those times, because he got into this alcoholic addiction and a lot of issues at home. So one night, it so happened father came back home fully drunken. This homicidal and tendencies are very embarrassing. So at that time, myself and my sister was too small. What mother used to do is she locked myself and my sister in the room, and she locked it from outside. And she herself used to manage or control father somehow. So I was locked inside the room, myself and my sister were locked inside my room, one room, and fighting was going outside the room. Because, alcoholism is such kind of a thing where your, intellect will be hijacked. And it's not you who will be talking or whatever it is, performing any sort of action. But my mother really had a tough time. And listening to the fighting outside, I used to pray to Swami, because as I told, my parents were long-standing devotees of Swami, because Swami's photo used to be there, bhajan used to be there. And then there was a photo in my room. I just looked at Swami's photo and started praying. This was in my 8th standard. Remember, it's my 8th standard, small class. And I used to tell, if you're God, please save us from all these kind of situations. Because I was too small, I don't know how to pray more intensely than that. And I totally forgot about all those things. And fast forward to my PU time. So this was in the year 1999, 2000. 2000, I passed out my, 2000, 2002. I finished my +2. We call it +2 in Kerala. In outside Karnataka, we'll call it pre-university college, PUC. So a lot of issues were at home. And as I mentioned, firstly, we didn't have electricity at home to study in all these kerosene lamps, Petomax, all those candle lights, everything. Apart from that, this, if you have an alcoholic patient at home, it's like adding flames to the fire. So situation was so worse. I couldn't go to my +2 class for 2 months just before the board exam. And I thought I'll not be able to give my board exam as well because of this situation prevailing at home. But little did I knew that my future had been planned by Bhagavan when I was born, or maybe even before I was born. So without even going to classes just 2 months prior to my board exam in 12th, what happened was my friends and my classmates, my class teacher, I'm indebted to all of them till my last breath, because those 2 months class notes, everything my friends used to make for me. And they used to tell Sairaj, you please come and give the exam. Notes, everything we have made it for you. You please, somehow you come and write the exam. And dear brothers and sisters, believe me, 2 months just before the board exam, crucial time, I didn't go for revision or any classes. And my friends used to somehow, they used to write separately for me and send the notes through some people. Somehow it used to reach me at home. And I used to read and study those notes. And to cut the whole story short again, I went and wrote the exam. I was not confident that I will get a good mark, but Swami's plan was different. I passed my +2 with a distinction, second in the class, not first rank. And that itself was something very great for me, because, my classmates, everyone doesn't know all these situations prevailing at my home. Only my very close friends know all these issues, because of which I was not able to come to school. And other students were thinking I have taken a long study leave and studying from home. And when my results came, this is what all the friends told. See, you bunked the classes, but you are studying from home for 2 months. That's why you could score distinction and came second in the class. Anyway, I didn't want to, make any corrections there and, tell the whole stories to all my friends. And people who knows the situation, it's fine. Otherwise, let them think that way. I didn't care. And now, it so happened, it was the time myself and my parents both were equally ignorant of choosing a good career option after my +2. Okay. And one day, my mother was going through one Sanatana Sarathi Malayalam edition. And this is how Swami beautifully, make all the master plans. My mother noticed the application, means advertisement, for applying to Swami's college. That was a time, my English was very pathetic. Even though I studied in the most reputed English medium school in Wayanad district, even the English used to be taught in Malayalam, to be very honest. So you can imagine. And we never used to speak in English. Writing, okay, we'll mug somehow and we'll vomit and we'll used to get marks. That is a different story. And Now my mother wanted me to apply to Swami's college. Now challenge number one, unlike today, in 2000, that was in 2000, 2002, I think. If I'm right, yes, 2002. We have to write a written application for getting a application booklet from Prashanthi Nilayam for applying to some course. And here I am, who doesn't know how to write a single, a sentence without grammatical mistakes. So what I did was, I just took help of my +2 English teacher. I told her, ma'am, please write a letter for me. I want to get an application from Parthi for applying for the UG course there. And she did help me. She wrote an application and gave me. I just copied the same way and posted to Parthi. Waited for 1 week. I got by post, I got application form, filled all the details, and sent by post again back. And see, this is all Swami's plan. When he wills something, it's bound to happen. We filled the application form, sent it by post to Parthi, waited, and days passed, weeks passed, didn't get any call letter for the exam. So my parents and even myself was thinking, I may not be getting, because there was some eligibility, criterion for applying. You need to have minimum this many percentage in your 10th grade. So that time it was the criterion for application was based on the 10th level marks, 10th standard marks, not even plus, because +2 I just wrote, going to write the exam. Okay. So if for applying to Swami's college, what they consider was 10th standard marks, which I had because I had 90% mark in my SSLC, because of which I could apply. And lo and behold, I got my admit card for writing entrance exam. I was thinking that since there is a campus university campus in Bangalore, written exam center will be Bangalore. But when I got the admit card, it was telling that Prashanthi Nilayam, I had to go. Okay. Now, without even having any idea about the course called Biosciences, I decided to apply for BSc Honors Biosciences. Okay. And the first challenge overcame because I got the application booklet in hand and applied and got the admit card also for writing the entrance exam. Now the second challenge. That was the time, we never used to speak or communicate in English. An interview, if at all I clear the entrance exam, there will be an interview, which will be only in English. Now I started praying very very badly in my heart. Swami, I don't know how to speak in English. You should ensure that I should get only yes or no questions. Otherwise, I'll be finished. This is the only prayer. I should get only yes or no questions for the interview. And forget about interview. Now let me come back. I got admit card. We reached Parthi. Since it was vacation time, April month. Since we got the admit card, we went to Parthi and we got accommodated in the North Block. Because those time, in that time, they gave rooms only for these students who have come for writing the exams and attend the interview. So we were accommodated in the North Block, opposite to that our North Indian canteen. And behind that, current our Sai Gayatri statue is there, that area. So the entrance date was next day, exam date was next day. So that morning, got up, took bath, just came out of my room, and we got accommodation in the D floor. They used to do like that always. Even if the entire ground floor is empty, they'll give room in the D floor. And April month's time, you know how terrible it is. So I came out from my room just to, look down and got shocked. There was no other color other than white below. Neither myself nor my parents have any idea of the process and or the, how we are supposed to go for Swami's university entrance exam or attending an interview. Immediately I rushed back to room and told my parents, "Mother, see, all of them are in white and white for writing exams. And some are even wearing, tie and all, very dress code, I was totally unaware. Not only me, even my parents. And immediately my father told you, don't worry about dress code. If Swami wants you to get into this college, you will get. And you know what he did? I was wearing a maroon colored shirt and some different color pants. So immediately my father, he removed his white color dhoti, which he was wearing, and he gave me that white color dhoti and told, you wear this white color dhoti. Shirt, okay, don't worry about that. You wear this white color dhoti and go for the interview. I'm sorry, this is not for writing exam, this is for interview. Okay, I wrote the exam and cleared the exam and my name was there in the interview list. So this happened on the interview day morning. And I had no other option because we didn't have any white pairs to wear. All that we had was that white dhoti which my father was wearing, which he gave me. So I wore that white dhoti and maroon color shirt. I'm sure till date in the history of Swami's university, no student would have ever attended interview in a dhoti and a maroon color shirt or any color shirt. And you know what happened? I reached the institute's gate just to get stopped by the security asking, who are you? What do you want? I showed my exam report and interview call letter. Then he started looking, like from top to bottom. He asked me, interview in this dress? You can imagine my plight. I could hear my heartbeat without stethoscope. Okay. I just reached the gate of Swami's institute. And this is what the watchman or the gatekeeper was telling me. You're going to attend interview in this dress. Are baap, re baap. I my heart started beating faster. And I somehow reached inside. I was about to, there they will make us wait in a small room before we were called for the interview, main room, interview room. And all the while all that I could hear was my heartbeat, nothing else. I had all my certificates in a file. So what I did was I started holding that file so tight to my chest just to control my heartbeat. Still I couldn't. I was, literally tensed. And my turn came. They called my name. And that interview room, the way they arranged that interview room, it's a big hall. And from the door to the place where the interviewing panels were seated, I have to walk at least minimum 10 to 15 feet. I had to take minimum 20 steps from the door. From the door onwards, I was holding the file like this, walking slowly. Those time SV Giri sir was there in the interview panel, and all other, 4 more members. I was so tensed. When I reached there, I forgot even to say Sairam. But in a fraction of second, Swami made me feel so comfortable. SV Giri sir addressed me by calling, "Hey, Kerala boy, welcome, Sairam." Then I told Sairam sir, "Please take your seat." When he called me Kerala boy, somehow my heartbeat started, slowing down. Thereafter, what happened was a history and a mystery till date. And I was praying to Swami that all that I need is they should ask only yes/no questions to me, because if they ask any other questions, I'll be in a big problem, because I don't know how to speak in English. I don't know how to say it in a single sentence in English. And the interview started, as I told, That was the 26th time that I reached Parthi. So seeing my dress code, they asked, "Are you coming to Parthi for the first time?" That was the first question which they asked. And to all the questions which they asked, I started giving a sort of funny answers, but very honest answers from my heart. Okay, very funny, but honest. And if I look back now, I wonder how they admitted me. Because some of the questions they asked me was like, did you apply anywhere else for any other course? Then I told yes. I have written MBBS Kerala entrance exam. Then they asked, how did you do that exam? I told yes, I did it very well. Usually in an interview, if you say you have applied for somewhere else and you are given the test very well, there's a minimal chance that they will admit you, because they were sure that if you get that chance, you will leave this one and back off. But I give all honest answers. Like then they asked me, how did you do that exam? Was it easy? Will you get selected? Then I started telling, yes, it was very easy. Then finally, they asked one question. Okay. Before that, they asked me, are you coming to Parthi for the first time? I told, no, sir, I'm coming for the 26th time. Now, then they started looking at each other's face when I told 26th time. Then they asked me, what do you know about Swami's institution? I told, sir, to be honest, I didn't tell even to be honest and all. I told, I don't know anything. Again, they started looking at each other's face. Okay. Then they asked, how did you come to know about Swami's college? I spoke in a broken English. I told, through Sanatana Sarathi. Not in a sentence, words, through Sanatana Sarathi, 2 words. Do you know anything about bioscience? I told, no, sir. Do you know anything about Swami's University? No, sir. Are you a Balvikas student? Yes, sir. So like these yes, no questions, kept on alternating, and I kept on giving these yes, no in permutation combinations. Yes, no, no, yes, like that. Finally, it came to a stage where I had no option but to answer in a sentence. They asked, why did you apply to Swami's college? For this question, I can't say yes or no. I definitely have to give a sentence. And here comes Swami to my rescue. Like the Panchali Vastraksheba, that incident, the crucial moment when called out for Krishna comes to rescue. Like that, I told Swami, our deal is not yet over. Interview is not yet over. Now you have to help me. I have to answer them. And you don't believe, in that second, the sentence which my English teacher wrote for me for getting the application form from Parthi, it flashed as if like a banner in front of my eyes. And the sentence goes like this: I would like to enroll myself in Swami's reputed institution. So please send me an application form. So that sentence, no, without any hesitation, I just, as if I mugged and vomited, I told her, I wanted to enroll myself in this reputed institution of Swami. That's it. Single sentence. And even after listening to that sentence, they started looking at each other's, because they were listening only yes, no from me so far. And that's it. That's the end of the interview. Then they told, thank you, all the best. You can go now. Very happily, I went out. Parents were waiting in tension. And my friends and some other families whom we met from Parthi were also eagerly waiting. Okay. There was an auntie by named Sujitra Valsan from Kannur. It's a place in Kerala. Her son also was there, a part of this entrance, but he couldn't clear the entrance. We both wrote the entrance, but I only could clear. He couldn't clear the entrance that time. And auntie was very excited about knowing about the interview also. Then she asked, how was the interview, son? I told, auntie, it was not so good. Then I told, this is what happened in the interview. These were the questions which they asked, and this was the answer which I gave. And listening to all these things, even auntie and my parents, and even myself, were pretty sure that I won't get selected for the college. Because a person who is telling, you have written some other entrance outside for MBBS, and I have written it well. And, definitely these people will think 100 times to give a seat for me or not. Because in case after giving a seat, if this happened because my MB Kerala entrance results were not yet announced. Okay, that point of time. But it was announced on the very next day after this interview was over. I came to know about my Kerala entrance result from Parthi. All right. And it was like I got a merit seat in MBBS in the Kerala entrance. And that point of time, only my entrance got over, but the interview got over, results were not out. What happened was, Swami was there in Parthi till that day of the interview, but that very day of interview, Swami left from Parthi to Brindavan. So they told the interview results will be declared only after Swami give the final consent. They asked us to wait for one day. Next day, we waited for one day in Parthi. They told, sorry, Swami from Whitefield, he went to Kodaikanal with students and staff. So they asked us to leave back. They told, you do one thing, after 1 week, you ring up and ask, because only after Swami come back from Kodai, the list will be published. And that next day after interview, my Kerala MBBS entrance results were out, and father told, see, you got merit seat, you got a seat in MBBS there in Kerala. Now it's up to you to decide whether to go for MBBS or to join Swami's College. I told to join Swami's College, results are not yet out. But it's not that I told, Swami spoke through me. I can tell now, I told my father, it's like not me, but it's Swami who was speaking through me. I told father, if I get selected in the interview, I want to join Swami's College. Otherwise, I'll go and join the MBBS. Because I was thinking, even if I get a merit seat, MBBS and all, my parents have to shell out quite a big amount of money for 5 years of that MBBS course. So I was very conservative in my mind also. I was thinking about my parents, they were not financially that strong to support me for an MBBS. Even though I got a merit seat, still there will be a lot of expenses. Whereas here, if I get into this Swami's College, it's free education. Of course, my parents will not have any financial burden. So that was my point of view. And we went back to Kerala. 1 week over. Actually, I was sure that I won't get selected. Parents were also sure that I won't get selected. But after 1 week, my mother told, see, they asked us to ring up after 1 week, right? She told, please call and find out what happened. Then I told, no. See, that point of time, there was no mobile phones. We have only that, what you call it, land phones available. Okay. Problem was, again, communication in English. My parents also, they can't also communicate in English. They were also tense. They told, no. I told, Amma, you call and find out. I'm tensed. Finally, this debate went on, and finally, I only rang up. I was holding the receiver, and it was shivering because of tension. When they lifted the call, they told Sairam, tell the application number. When I told Sairam, they immediately told, tell the application number. The receiver was shivering because my hand was shivering. I told off my application number. Then immediately they told, congratulations, you got selected. You got selected to Brindavan campus. That the very moment that shaking stopped, shouted at Amma, I got selected. And it was like, I don't know. It's like I don't take any credit for that, except the hard work which I did for studying for my Kerala MBBS entrance exam. I went for some crash course coaching. That helped me to clear my entrance exam from Prashanthi Nilayam for sure. Okay. Because botany, zoology, and chemistry, I got full marks except English in the written test. They mentioned that also, because in the interview they didn't ask any subject related questions. They only told me in botany, zoology, and chemistry, you got full. In English, you have to work a little more harder, they told. I told, okay. And like that, I got selected. And rest is all, the beautiful journey with Swami, which I narrated in the last episode. I landed up in Swami's Brindavan campus. I thought I'll be admitted in Prashanthi Nilayam. I didn't know that, since UG campus is in Bangalore and PG is in Parthi at that point of time. And but I thought it is okay. Whichever I got, it's okay, because I don't know what course I'm going to study. I don't know anything about the course which I'm going to study. It's like you're joining a course which you absolutely have no idea. Okay. So like that, I joined Swami's college, or I should say Swami brought me to Swami's college. And thereafter, as I told in the last session, even I was not convinced that Swami is God, or he's God in human form, until my first thrice session. And thereafter, it was, I should say, it is a golden period in my life. The beautiful life of 5 years plus 1 year of my waiting time with Swami. Those were the golden periods in my life. Where so today I will share one small beautiful incident, which I never shared with anyone until my book got published. Okay, even it was a surprise even for everyone. But as Swami used to give us a diary every year, I used to have that habit of writing diary since I joined Swami's hostel. So every day before going to bed, I used to write what all things happened in that day in Malayalam or in my broken English and Key. So this all became like a solid proof of all those beautiful days, what all things happened in my college days. And there used to be a big notice board in the Brindavan. Now also it is there in the Brindavan campus hostel, where after every exam, like a mid-semester and semester exams, they will display the best performers' name in the notice board. Okay, and see, I joined Swami's college like this, and no, I didn't join. Swami took me to his college. Sorry, I stand corrected. Swami took me to his college for bioscience course, and believe me, there were 11 students in my batch, and I was the 11th student in terms of academics. Okay, all others were from different parts. One Malayali was there. One more Malayali was there. Other than that, all other boys were from different states, and their English was very good. And all that I used to do in the hostel after joining Brindavan was just walk behind all the students for first 2-3 months and overhear what they speak, how they speak, just to get used to speak English without any grammatical mistakes. So first 2 months I was so silent because I don't know how to speak. I was just listening and observing. Okay, and the mid-semester, end semester, this comes very fast. And especially that was the time when Swami was in Brindavan campus. Swami was in Bangalore, means in Whitefield, Trayee, for almost 7 to 8 months in that year. All teachers, as I told in the last session, teachers used to say, your batch is very fortunate because Swami never used to stay for such a long time in Brindavan any year. So I was very fortunate and unfortunate as well, because why? When Swami is there, every day we have to go for darshan. So the time which we get for studying and other things gets reduced, because we have to go and sit in the Sai Ramesh hall pretty early, take some books and go there, sit and dose. Definitely you can't study there, you'll be dosing. And students who are good in studies, they started studying well, scoring well. First semester over, second semester over. And my third year, third year mid-semester exam. Swami was there in Parthi. In Brindavan. So that was the last semester where I have to write, opt for my botany, zoology, and chemistry, all the 3 subjects. Because final semester I can opt out chemistry and take only botany and this biology. Okay, biosciences. So for me, chemistry was a mystery. Not only that, there was physical chemistry, organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry. And all 3 chemistry was taught by 3 different stalwarts. One is Sundareshan sir, another is Ravi Kumar sir, another is our oh my God, physical chemistry was taken by our Narahari sir. And so chemistry was a mystery for me. And I used to get least in the chemistry. And that was the time Swami was there. Just a day before chemistry mid-semester exam. Okay, please remember, day before chemistry mid-semester exam. Okay. And each book size is like bigger than that of a pillow. Chemistry textbook size. And one day left for exam, not one day actually, one night. Forget about one night. Lights have to be off by 9:30 in the hostel. So all that I have is a couple of hours before the exam to just revise all the chapters. There were 4 to 5 chapters pending just to revise. Okay, I was so tensed. I took huge textbook, only one book, because it's the size of the chemistry book. It's always very big. So the Ramesh, because these students have the privilege of taking books even when we go for darshan, unlike all other devotees who don't have any permission to carry anything inside darshan hall. So I was sitting in the darshan, and before that, so many miracles happened through letters, as I mentioned in the last session, that power came to my home and so on. And now this is my another chance to seek Swami's help. The only prayer in my mind was, Swami, tomorrow is my chemistry exam. All that I want is I want to pass in the chemistry exam. I don't know how it is going to happen. I'm sure that I'm going to fail because 4 to 5 chapters I didn't touch only. So what I did, I tore a page from my notebook, wrote, Swami, tomorrow is my chemistry exam. Same thing. I didn't study 4 to 5 chapters, Swami. I'm sure I will fail. Please do something. I want to pass in chemistry exam. I folded it, kept in my hand like this. I was sitting for the darshan. Swami came. I was sitting I don't say in the first line, the last line, but like last line also become first line when Swami comes this way in a block, because 4 sides are there. No, I was sitting on one side, the last row. So it became a front line in case if Swami comes through that side. So Swami climbed down the stage, came for darshan. He came left side of where I was seated, went back, took a whole route, came through right side where I was seated, again went back till the stage, again took second round darshan. But where I was sitting, Swami didn't come to that place. Swami that day took, I think, if I'm not wrong, 2 to 3 rounds of darshan he gave, except in the row where I was seated. I was shattered. I was praying, Swami, tomorrow I'm going. Only Swami, tomorrow I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail. And Swami was about to climb back. There is an like a lift-like setup through which Swami climbs the stage in Sai Ramesh Hall. So Swami finished 2 rounds of his darshan. He reached that platform where he'll be taken by the lift. I was close. I closed my heart and eyes and prayed, Swami, please come back. I will fail my exam. Please come back. Eyes were closed. Suddenly I started noticing some disturbances from the public. When how the devotees react when Swami is trying to come for yet another round of darshan. I just opened my eyes. I saw Swami started. He turned back, started coming back. Okay, you don't believe, he straight away came in. Where I was seated, and he didn't come near me. He came and stood in the corner of that block. Call me for my letter. I went, I got up, gave the letter to Swami. I couldn't speak anything because it was like a dream for me. Like it all happens, people may think it's our illusion, but it's not an illusion. This is what happened in real. I got up and gave the lecture, and Swami just as before, like he just patted my shoulder. He didn't speak anything. I just touched his legs. I never used to miss a chance to take Padnamaskar. Came back and sat. And then Swami straight away went back to the stage, climbed that lift, and he was seated in the Swami Simhasan on the top in the stage. So the moment Swami took letter from me, all my tension vanished off. I forgot that tomorrow is chemistry exam. Okay, so darshan over. Swami went back. I went back to hostel. All evening, dinner over, study time over, no tension whatsoever. I slept because Karasanna Gradamba, Kayajam Karmajamba, the prayer session is over. I slept. Next, what happened in the sleep is something which I can never ever forget in my life, my dear brothers and sisters. And we call it something like a Brahma Muhurtam in the morning. So this, Swami used to say, dreams related to God are real. Correct? Swami used to say. And this was like a vision, I don't call it as a dream also. And I have this evidence in everything in with photograph in my book. It's a beautiful dream which I got in the early hours. It was like just before the bell for Suprabhadam was given. Just 10 minutes before that. Okay, it may be between 4 to 4:30, between that time. I was seeing Swami in my dreams. Swami is coming and holding a page in which some 6 to 8 questions are there. 6 to 8 questions, not topics, questions in chemistry. And those 6 to 8 questions are from all the different chapters which I didn't touch at all. It remained very crystal clear in my mind. I just got up after that dream. Still that questions which Swami displayed in the sleep, it was like, as if it was, again, I'm seeing the same questions in my mind's eye. 8 questions, okay, all the questions from those 6 chapters which I didn't touch at all. You know what I did? Quickly finished my morning ablutions. Immediately after the Suprabhadam, came back to room, just studied only those questions and the answers for those questions. And had my breakfast, went to institute very early. In fact, half an hour early before the exam. All the students were reading very seriously. I have no tension. I just read those questions. Okay, all other chapters I have revised. These 6 chapters left, I only studied those 8 questions. Fine. Then I went to Institute Ganesha. I prayed and I was just walking. My habit used to be, whenever exams are there, I never used to read or study anything. At least half an hour before exam, I never used to touch books. I'll just free my mind and just go around, I don't even think or recollect what I studied for exam. No. What I used to do is I just simply walk. Just peacefully walk. Don't think anything. Okay. And this thing I followed on that day also. Went to the institute and a very peaceful mind. And, time will approach very fast. Institute prayer over. Went to the exam hall. And brothers and sisters, you don't believe if I say, in the question paper, the first 8 questions, same order which I saw in the dream with no difference. And you can't believe this. Even Sundareshan sir also, they were surprised to hear this from me. After many years, I passed out the institute because I never used to share anything with my friends for many reasons. One reason was my vocabulary, and I couldn't communicate in a proper manner other than in Malayalam. So this happened, and in that mid-semester exam, I came topper, rank 1, and my name came in that notice board, best performer in the mid-semester exam. That picture is there in my autobiography book also. Still now I remember. And not only in the chemistry exam in that mid-semester, chemistry I got 48 out of 50. Exam which I felt I will fail. Okay, chemistry exam 48, and all other subjects I got full, and I got first in, not full actually, sorry, not full. And 2-3 subjects I got full marks. Other subject also lost 1 or 2 marks. But Overall in the class, I got first rank in the mid-semester exam. Not only that, in that year, third year, in the end semester exam, also, I came top. So this was my journey, like as a student, when I joined Swami's campus, I was a big zero, no doubt in that. And then Swami slowly started standing next to me. And Swami used to say, if you are a 0, 0, 0, I will stand like 1 before you. You will become from 0 to hero, from 0 to 10 or 100 or thousands or millions, whatever it is. I should say, this is how Swami made me a hero in my academics, and only because of him. And these kind of things, people think these are cooked up stories. No, why should I cook up all these stories? Is it possible for me to get all those questions correct in the exams if I don't see those questions in the, how can I study like that? So these kind of things, when you're living with God, you are in a different world altogether. Swami used to say, right? Your experience with me can never be explained. It have to be experienced. Swami used to make a lot of beautiful analogies, and Swami used to say, don't try to explain sugar to some people who have never tasted sugar in their life. You may be explaining it as, sugar is white, crystalline, amorphous, sweet, sugary. But until unless that person keep a pellet of that sugar on their tongue, he will not be able to understand anything of it, right? So like that it is. When we share some experience with Swami, I should be very choosy to whom I'm talking, correct? And I can't say all these sort of things to a different audience who they don't understand what Swami is and who Swami is. And obviously they will, just tell these are all cock and bull stories which you cooked up. We don't believe in all these things. So this is one of the best experience which I had as a student, how Swami will come to our rescue. In that too, but Swami used to mention, he will do his part provided we do our part well. Okay. It's not that I didn't study anything in chemistry and sought his help. I studied all the chapters except those 6 chapters. Then I told Swami, I have 6 chapters pending. I'm scared I will fail in the exam because we don't know from which chapters questions will come. And those were very large questions, very big chapters. And this makes the difference because I have done my part. So now I'm helpless. So I sought the help of God. Now it is his responsibility to help me. Swami tells, you take 1 step, I'll take 100 steps towards you. So I've taken my 1 step of studying other portions. Then I sought Swami's help. Swami, please, Swami, this is all that I can do. Please come and help me. Okay. So I know we can't take Swami for granted. So when we say like this but it doesn't work out every time. Okay. And we have monkey mind. And Swami says, not monkey mind, a scorpion sticken mad monkey mind. You understand the difference, right? Monkey mind itself is mind of a monkey. Mind of a mad monkey is even worse. Normal monkey only won't sit at a place idle for some time. What about mad monkey? Now imagine a mad monkey bitten by a scorpion. So that was my state of mind most of the time. And amidst all these fluctuations, to get a stability and to focus and surrender ourselves to Swami, I think, again, it is he who should will that we should surrender to him, and then only we can do that. I don't think, even now also, in spite of so many experiences which Swami has personally gifted me with, sometimes I goes, very like a doubting Thomas. Hey, Swami, are you there or not? Why this is happening to me? The question why comes sometimes in my life. Now, even now also, shaky mind. So these kind of satsang provides me a platform, to go down down the memory lane, to just relive these beautiful experiences. And it's really indeed a heavenly experience with Swami. Okay. So this is one beautiful experience which I had when I was in my 3rd UG in Brindavan as a student. Okay. And so all these incidents are mentioned in my book. The incident which I mentioned today, I have given in my book as a chapter called Interview and Interview. how I went for the interview, and how it became that it became an interview for me to join Swami's college by ruling out the option of MBBS. Okay, but I never regret that. Even so many my friends and family relatives now, they used to tell, why did you do that? Why did you left that MBBS and join Swami's college? See, now you are jobless, you're suffering with health issues, you don't have any financial stability, blah blah blah, etc etc. They used to, even now also they used to tell. But I used to tell them, I have no regrets. If I was not in Swami's college, I will not be, living today like this for sure. It's only because of Swami that I'm living now. But these people don't understand all these things. Okay, when I tell to my relatives and the people who blame me for not joining MBBS and joining Swami's Institute, they don't understand the value of the Sai system of education and the Sai family. In fact, when I say family, my family is Sai family. Forget about all other my blood relations, whom I have never sought any help till date. And in future also, I'm not going to, for any assistance from any of my family members. And all that I get is from Swami, because I used to ask only Swami, and he makes sure that, at every point in my life, he'll open some. He may be closing some doors, but he'll open 10 other doors on the other side. And that's how Swami is, literally holding me in his hands. Brother Venkat was telling about the story of the footprints. Even my life is like that actually. Sometimes when I look back, I have seen only one pair of footprints. And I'm sure that is Swami's, not mine, during my tough times. And he was literally carrying me in his arms so that, I never felt any pain, in those so-called adventurous journey till date. And maybe, brother, how much time is left for me?
You have another 15 minutes or so. So, yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll just share one more experience. And this happened during my waiting time in Prashanthi Nilayam after I passed out in the year 2008. Okay, 2008, 2009, this incident happened. So, there's something called a system called waiting. There's a allied group called waiting boys. And what these waiting boys do is, after completing the PG or whatever course it is, they want Swami to give some guidance as to what to do next. Some students are very blessed that, even before completing the course, Swami will tell them to pursue so and so courses or do this and do that. But there are some other students who don't have that blessing. So we have to wait in Prashanthi Nilayam for asking Swami, or, Swami, tell us what to do next. So I also thought of waiting for some time. But in my mind, there was a plan. Okay, here comes the main difference. When you want to wait and get Swami's guidance, you should not have a choice. But I did this mistake. In my mind, I wanted to do a PhD. Okay, I want to do a PhD. But then again, I wanted Swami to tell me what I should do. So it's not sort of complete surrender and, getting Swami's guidance. And now when I think of this, I think how foolish I was. But anyway, those waiting time was a really golden time for me, because every morning, very few of us, the bhajan singers and the waiting boys, will be there in the third block. Swami used to come every day. Swami used to take letter from me, and some sort of chances like Pad Namaskar or a small conversations, like, something, what are you doing? Something like that. So almost 4 to 5 months I waited. And that was the time whether I had to give my CSIR exam if I want to get a scholarship for my PhD. So I was sitting in the waiting group and parallelly preparing for the CSIR exam. applied for the exam, and I want to now get my hall ticket blessed by Swami for writing the CSIR exam. Okay. And usually, when we take the hall tickets and certificates and all for Swami's blessing, he just bless and give it back immediately from then and there. It so happened on that day, I was holding this hall ticket, and also I was having some letters also with me. Okay. Swami first took all the letters, then he took the application form. I just give it like open only. I get the open application, that hall ticket. Swami took and looked at that. And you know what Swami did? He didn't give me back. He gave it to Nitin Acharya sir, who was that time sitting with Swami next to his chair, along with my letters. My God, then I was in tension because Swami have to give it back to me. Then I thought Swami doesn't want me to do PhD, and he didn't return it. Darshan over, that Swami took along with other letters. He took it to Yajur Mandir. Then I sent word through Nitin Acharya sir, Swami have taken my hall ticket for CSIR exam. Can you please see what can I do? Then Nitin Acharya sir, he brought back my hall ticket and gave it back to me. Okay. Then again, I started feeling tense because I was, monkey mind. No, I don't know what to do, what not to do. One thing going in my mind was, hey, Swami don't want me to go for PhD, do PhD or write the CSIR exam. So I got two different opinions from my friends and the waiting boys who were there along with me. They told, don't worry, see, Swami blessed your hall ticket profusely, thoroughly. He took it to his home and returned it to me. So you will do excellently well in the CSIR exam. That was one comment from one group of people. Another group of people said, no, Swami, there is something which Swami don't want you to do. My God, no, like in my mind, no, it's created a lot of doubt to do or not to do. Yes or no. What is that? What is the meaning of Swami? This gesture of taking my hall ticket and again returning it back to me. And now when I look at all the events happen in my life, please see, I joined for a PhD, okay, without CSIR exam. Dr. Mohan, Padma Shri Dr. V. Mohan, who is the current one of the Board of Trustees in Prashanthi Nilayam, sir gave me an opportunity to do PhD through MDRF in Madras University, Chennai. And sir was giving me a stipend from his own pocket without writing CSIR exam. Okay. And in that CSIR exam, because I was totally, I lost confidence in writing the exam because I forcefully took back the hall ticket from Swami. So I didn't do the exam well. I didn't get the CSIR fellowship and all. I didn't get the JRF. And but still, since Swami blessed and gave the hall ticket back to me, I went and joined for my PhD in Chennai. Okay. And now see what happened. After doing my research for 3 years, I got paralyzed. I had to quit my PhD, come back to Wayanad, take bed rest for 3 years. And now after almost 14 years, okay, after 15 years, now I'm going to enroll for a PhD again, fresh. And so, the Swami's subtle actions, only he understands. We don't understand. We think only in human point of view, then and there. We think and interpret in our own way, and we make conclusions. Okay, and we say yes, this is it, and that is it. No. So the thing which I want to draw attention here is, once if you want to surrender to Swami, surrender completely. There is nothing like half yes, half no. Swami used to say only yes or no. There is nothing called no in between category. When faith and surrender, sometimes. So this time what I did is, see, I have a lot of challenging health now also, because fully on medication, taking 12 to 14 tablets every day, even now, including the steroids and immunosuppressants. So even though Mohan sir has given me yet another coveted opportunity to do a PhD from Deakin University, Australia, through MDRF, and Mohan sir have arranged a fellowship from NIHR, which is the largest this research funding organization in India for my PhD. And another good thing is that I need to go to Australia only for 6 to 8 or maybe maximum, I don't think even 1 year. Rest of all my works I can do from Chennai itself. And but again, in my mind, no monkey mind, there was a tension. See, my health issue is such that nobody can give a 100% surety what's going to happen next moment. So I told Mohan sir and his daughter, Dr. Anjana ma'am. I mean, Dr. Anjana is the, she's the president of this MDRF. She's in charge. I told both Mohan sir and Anjana ma'am, see ma'am, see sir, all that I can promise is a dedication and hard work from my end. I have no surety about my health issue, relapse. Only Swami knows. So even after Mohan sir giving me this beautiful opportunity to pursue a PhD, when I last went for my review checkup in Whitefield Hospital, yes, I will, brother, I will just narrate this small incident and wind up today's session. So I went for my review checkup to Swami's hospital. This happened just 3 months back, okay? And they did my MRI. And to my utter surprise, there were some new lesions in my brain in the recent MRI done. So I got tensed because my PhD position is blocked, ready for me. Now I have to take a decision whether to go for it or not, because there are some new lesions in my brain, the new MRI. So there is a sister who's an alumnus of Anantapur campus. Her name is Sunita, Sister Sunita. She's one of the senior most batch of Anantapur student. And Sunita sister told me, Sairaj, you do one thing. There is a Swami's room in Whitefield Super Hospital where a lot of miracles used to happen, and doctors and staff and the nursing students and all, they used to seek Swami's guidance for some emergency situations. Like, for example, if doctors want to perform some very critical surgery, they used to take Swami's blessings. They used to keep a letter by writing yes, no, like yes, no letters. And Swami used to bless the letter by materializing vibhuti either on yes or on no. If the vibhuti materialized on yes, doctors will go for the surgery. If vibhuti materialized on the no, they will not perform the surgery. Like that, there used to be a belief and tradition going on in Swami's Whitefield Super Hospital. So this Sunita sister told me, Sairaj, you do one thing, you please keep a yes no letter and you proceed with your PhD only if Swami gives you a clear guidance. Then, it's a huge challenge for me. Okay, imagine, I can't say, I can't write a letter like yes and no and keep in front of Swami. I don't want to take a chance. So I prayed sincerely in my heart, Swami, it's only you who knows whether I'll be able to complete successfully a PhD with this challenging health issue, which I'm having right now also. So now I totally surrender to you, Swami. If you tell me to do PhD, I will do. If you tell me not to do, I won't do. With that prayer, I kept a yes, no letter there. And this letter I kept after my checkup in Super Hospital. Okay. And I kept the letter there. And the very next day, I came back to Wayanad from Bangalore. Sundar told me, you go back. If Swami blesses or anything happens, I will let you know. The next day morning, first thing when I opened my phone was message from Sundar's sister, photograph of Swami's blessing in my letter. Venkat brother, if I share it in your WhatsApp, will you be able to
Yeah, sure.
display it?
Sure.
Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, thank you. So these are the letters which I kept in Swami's room for blessings. And as you can see in that yes, no letter, Swami materialized a lot of vibhuti, giving his, it's like a green signal from Swami to go ahead with a PhD. So, this gave me goosebumps when I saw the letter. I mean, the message from Sridhar sister the very next day after return from hospital after my checkup. And what I did was I sent all these things immediately to Dr. Mohan and told Mohan sir, because I can't keep anything secret with me, because sir have taken a lot of risk by giving this chance to me. In case if anything happens to my health and I will not be able to complete the PhD, means it will be a huge black mark for them, because it's a collaborative project between MDRF and Deakin University Australia. So I told Dr. Anjana ma'am and Dr. Mohan, sir, even I had to take Swami's permission, even though you have given me this opportunity to pursue PhD, since I can't give any guarantee regarding my health issue, whether I'll be able to complete this PhD successfully or not. But Mansa, this is what happened in the hospital. And now I'm confident that Swami is there with me, and Swami has given me permission to go ahead with the PhD. And Mohan sir was very happy. Since then, all these there's something called the processing of this PhD background registration processes. All those things got fast forwarded after Mohan sir got this message in blessings, and Mohan sir even sent a voice message telling, yeah, Sairaj, it's very happy indication that Swami himself is giving indication that you can go ahead with the PhD. And believe me, this PhD opportunity Mohan sir has given me since the Corona time, and Corona has stopped all activities almost for 2 years. These Australian universities, all these processes were kept on hold. But after my this review checkup, after this incident happened, all the obstacles started, getting removed one by one. And it so happened, now everything is set. Only thing is that now I need to give this IELTS exam. Tomorrow is the testing. I mean, tomorrow is the speaking test. I request all of you to pray for me, because it's an expensive affair, as I told you, because I already lost in my first attempt. I thought I'll be able to get a good score even without going for any coaching and all. But that was a concept in my mind. I thought if you know how to speak and write, you can clear the IELTS so easily. It's not that easy. So now I've taken a crash course, coaching, online coaching also for tomorrow's exam. And I hope Swami will be with me like this throughout my life. And, I can go on hours and hours, but I keep rest all my experiences for you in the form of my book, which is available in Parthi stores. You can get a copy and you can go through all the experiences. And definitely in future also, if Swami wants me to talk to you, I'll be happy to do that also. And today I'm very happy to be a part of this satsang. Indeed, it's a quality time. I also got a lot of relaxation, because for tomorrow's exam, even I was a bit nervous for no reason. I don't know. Because reason is like I already gave that IELTS once and I lost by 0.5 score. Tomorrow at least I should get a good score, and because they were waiting for my IELTS score for finishing the registration process in the Australian University. So I'm sure Swami's grace and all of your prayers, things should fall in place. And it is indeed a great day for me today. And I thank Swami and all of you once again for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be with you all, even if it is for a short period of time. It literally, took me back to my good old days that I spent with Swami. And yes, I think this is now the best thing which I can do with this life, second lease of life that Swami has given to me. Spread his love and glory. Actually, Swami doesn't want anyone to spread his glory, because it happens automatically. But from a human perspective, like a gratitude to all that you have done to me, is that sharing this token of love which you have showered on me with all of you. And thank you once again for this wonderful platform, Brother Venkat and all Sai family, brothers and sisters from Singapore. Thank you all for giving me and inviting me for this talk. Sairam.
Sairam, brother. All the very best for tomorrow. I think you've spoken enough to get your fluency for what is needed. If you want to call that a test, but I guess you have faced bigger tests than mere test of language. Swami has tested you with the language of the heart, the language of the mind, faith, love. I guess these are mundane process tests that we have to go through, and I love the fact that you've kept your patience to pursue what you started, and thanks to Dr. Mohan and MDRF for helping you reach out to one thing. And I hope I would like to say that as connecting the dots, that MBBS doctor that you miss is the doctor that you are going to become, and that is what Swami is connecting. So the doctor was already predetermined. It had to happen, and a doctorate is how it has to happen. Our prayers will be there, because that is the least that we can do, is to pray for you in your journey to do meaningful work in the subject that you specialize in, and continuing to spread positivity and his love, and the need for us to keep that faith button always switched on. I guess that is all that one has to say. Thank you everyone for coming week after week, and thank you Swami for bringing all these wonderful gems week after week again, and our prayers for you for the very best in this onward journey with Sai and the subject that you had a passion to pursue, and Swami is giving you that opportunity to do that too, to tick the box, as you may want to call it. So prayers, Sairams. I have no idea who the speaker for next week is. You will get to know when I get to know, when Swami has already decided who it is. He brings to us these wonderful gems in his own unique way. And thank you is a small word to Swami for making this happen week after week. Loving Sairams. We shall finish off with
Sairam, Sairaj. Definitely you're going to get it. No doubt.
Sairam, brother.
Sairam,
Thank
Sairam.
you.
Eradi here.
Sairam uncle. Sairam.
Yeah. Eradi uncle is a regular here, and I know a lot of wonderful souls have evolved out of the Kerala leadership programs that have happened. And Sairam uncle, thank you for joining all the way from.
Sairam, thank you. Sairam.
And we shall finish off with our Samastaloka and praying to Swami. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय.
Jai Sairam.